Welcome to the 3994 podcast. I'm your host, Jody O'Brien, and this is the show that celebrates the people, places, and stories that make Northwest Missouri feel like home. Today, we're hanging out with someone who proves that you don't need a big city to build a big community following. She runs Treasure Gardens in Avenue City, Missouri, and if you spend any time on local social media, you may already know her as the Cosby Flower Girl. She's got a segment called Tipsy Tuesday, which, yes, sounds like a happy hour, but it is actually packed with legit gardening tips delivered with just the right amount of flair. Some folks might call her the drunk flower lady, but she calls herself a gardener. Before we get started, I want to thank the sponsors who help make these conversations possible. Greater Than Financial, Willem and Family's Deluxe Truck Stop, Gina's Cafe and Catering, E.L. Crawford Construction, North Central Missouri College, the Savannah campus, Scooters Coffee, and Pancakes, Pups, and Suds. Sam Taylor, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I am so curious about your story because honestly, we just met not too long ago and I just happened to stumble upon the flower place and I was like, this is amazing. And you and I got to talking and yeah, Tipsy Tuesday.
Yes, Tipsy Tuesdays.
So tell me that story again, right? You're sitting there and somebody says
that I'm the town drunk because I'm giving Tipsy Tuesdays. It has nothing to do with the tipsy part. It's literally a tip on gardening that happens to be on Tuesdays.
Tuesday, like Taco Tuesday.
Like Taco Tuesday, yes.
And so tell me about what we've talked about, right? That you could do it with a margarita.
I could. I will admit there are times that I've done it. I've had a margarita or maybe a wine in my hand. But then there's a lot of times where it's water or I've had a coffee cup with legit coffee.
Now, you're a small business owner, so we would
Yes.
understand some of those or all of those.
Yes.
Tell me what it's been like. You started this business. What's your backstory? Tell us about yourself.
Okay. So I actually grew up in Elmo, Missouri, which is an hour and a half from here. My husband and I, we met in high school, we got married, we lived in Stewartsville, and before graduating college, I worked for greenhouses and growers and all sorts of things, and I fell in love with the passion. I fell in love with creativity, the challenge, and also it's like my way of farming. I'm a farmer's daughter. It brings me back to the farm and brings me back to what I feel like home. And when we were living in Stewartsville, we didn't have very much room. So we ended up in Cosby, and then I was able to just start building it, and I'm here now.
So where did you go to school?
I went to high school, West Nottoway in Burlington, and then I went to college at Northwest.
So with the Bearcat thing.
Yes.
So when you were there, did you get to check out Lettuce Stream?
Lettuce Stream wasn't started yet when I was there.
Okay.
And I might be wrong. It might have been started, but now it's just more. It's a thing. Yeah. I actually
with hydroponic
yes
lettuce growing. And so what greenhouse did you spend your time in at Northwest?
So the horticulture department had a small one. But at that time I had an internship with Hy-Vee, and I mean it's not the same type of situation, but we used Barnes and we used Trenton. And that's how Barnes out of Trenton, I should say that. Mm-hmm. And then Red Oak Greenhouse was another one. But how I actually really got into it was when I was a kid. My very first job was Hirsch Greenery out of Westboro, and that's what planted the seed.
So it wasn't Dad. Dad wasn't planting the seed.
Well, I mean, my dad's planting the seed. That's a big, aspect of corns and soybean.
Yeah.
I have to give credit though to my mom did all the gardening. My mom had a very large garden, and there was 5 of us kids, and 100%. We were in that garden with her. That was one of our chores. But then I would get so much feedback, not feedback, but my grandparents had a huge garden as well. And I would be totally up for going to Grandpa and Grandma's to be in that garden if I didn't have to be in our garden.
That's true. So what did Dad farm?
My dad does diversified crop, and he also does what we call beef backgrounding cattle. So soybeans, clover, corn, and then basically what happens is he buys steers at I'm going to get this totally wrong, steers at a certain weight that are weaned, and then he will bulk them to a certain weight, and then they're sold to a finishing lot.
Let's pause.
Yes.
The beef industry. So many people have
Yes.
said that I need to have on some beef guys, which
Yes.
we're going to.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is big business.
It is.
That roast is expensive these days.
Yes. So if you get into that, I highly, highly suggest to people buy your beef from farmers. Like this sounds horrible, but ixnay the box store and go straight to the farm, because one, you're gonna get there is one steer, one cow, whatever it is going in, and that is yours. Like if you say I want half of it, you are getting half of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Where you go to the supermarket, you don't know exactly what you're getting. Also, you're going to pay a little bit more up front, but you're paying a certain weight across the board. Whereas if you go to the store, you're going to pay more for a roast, more for a steak, versus you pay, I'm going to rattle off a number, $3.80, just $3.80 a pound per, no matter what you get.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Go to the farmer.
I'm really glad I bought a half a cow.
Yes.
Like recently.
Yes.
I mean, I bought other halves of cows.
Yes.
But right now we're waiting on our ground beef and we
Yeah.
need it. So a little bit more about your story. I
Yes.
want to know what drives you to dig in the dirt, because I've gone through seasons of my life where I'm like, I need to get my feet in the grass and I need to be digging in the dirt. And ironically, interviewing you today, I haven't been out this year as much as I normally am.
Yeah.
And so what drives you to dig in the dirt?
Mine is like the peace, the therapy, I can do, this is my creativity. This is my palette. I can do whatever I want.
Which is beautiful.
Thank you.
We're showing a little bit of that today. Look at the sky.
And
I would have never thought to put this on top of a plant.
Yes.
Good idea.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So you love it. It's therapy.
Yes, it's therapy. I love the challenge. I love to see, like, how is this going to come about? Like, for instance, like this guy or even this guy, well, even this guy too, but these where you have different textures, different heights. When they're going in there, they're teeny tiny, but you get to see it like come together and make kind of a masterpiece.
Beautiful. And you have a greenhouse, which I've been in, and you had these little babies. And I actually just watched on Tipsy Tuesday too, where you were showing how small these things start. Actually, what it was you were like taking off a leaf, which I never thought of this. You're taking off one and you're putting it as a start into soil.
Yes.
And you're watering, you're growing, and that's what becomes of these bigger plants. Didn't know that was even a thing. Is that what you're doing with all your...
Not all of them.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, this little guy here, or like these little guys, we start them from cuttings. And I mean, it's just a matter of pinch. I know.
Girl,
I know.
She just brought the plant.
Pinch. And then in February, you probably saw the propagation table is what you saw. So we put this in soil.
Not water first?
Nope, not this.
Okay, because that's a succulent.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can do certain succulents. You could do this in water, but for what we're doing, it's called our propagation table. So there's heat mats, there's a misting station, and we're starting anything from a succulent to coleus, herbs, mints. I mean, a whole broad of things. And we go straight from this to soil, and then we rely on the heat at the bottom and the mist to create the rooting system. But not everything can be started from a cutting. Some stuff are started from seed. And this is the part that I haven't got into, which is a big dream here. It's cultures. And that's a whole nother ball game that I don't know a ton about yet.
So that's not a throat culture.
No.
What are you talking about?
A culture?
Yeah.
So a culture, they come from, like, we'll just say like Ecuador.
Okay.
And they come in a petri dish and it looks slimy.
Okay.
And think like a mushroom. So that's a culture. So then they're like a fungus basically that has grown.
Okay.
And then you are like transferring it. Once it gets to a point, you're transferring it over and introducing it to its soil system.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then once it's introduced and that's really good, rich soil, is that when you put the plant in?
Yeah. So for example, if we go back to like the propagation or like the seed, we want it to get a really good rooted plug is what we call it. So then we wait for the roots to take effect there. Depending on the plant, it's anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And then once it's established a good rooting system, then it can be introduced to its home.
Okay.
These are its home.
Amazing. So for people who have a black thumb, God love us.
Yes.
Please tell me, what is your like ultimate number one tip that you would give somebody who's starting out? Loves the look of a plant,
Yes.
kills everything.
Overwatering, 100%. 99% of the time, you will kill a plant by overwatering because we think that the more love I give.
Yeah, they need love.
Mm-mm.
No.
Neglect is so much better than love in this scenario. That sounds probably.
Even at 90-degree heat?
Yes. Yes and no.
Okay. Got to watch it. Got to look at it.
Yeah.
See if it needs some love.
Yeah. Because 90-degree heat, but is it pure shade or is it pure sun?
Right.
Are you on a windy hill or are you down in a cove that's like just kind of calm?
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, if that plant is on your porch in the 90-degree heat of Missouri and you water it and in the middle of the day, you're going to scorch it. Am I right?
Not necessarily.
Oh, Lord, I'm killing everything. Best time to water then.
Okay, so if you want to get into the science of it, best time to water truly is either morning or evening because you don't have the hot sun scorching down on it. However, my biggest thing in one of my Tipsy Tuesdays not that long ago, I said, whenever you can water, just water. Because if you think about it, Mother Nature doesn't have a clock. When it rains, it rains. So you might get a 2 o'clock in the afternoon rain, and that sun's going to pop through and do the same thing. So if that's really honestly the only time you have to water it. It's better to water it than not to water it.
That is outdoor plants in 90-degree heat.
Yes.
Do not overwater your indoor plants.
No, indoor plants is 100%. The more neglect, the better off you are.
Gosh, that's so good to know. So talk to me about entrepreneurship because you've started Treasure Gardens.
Yes.
And you know, what was that process like? Because as thriving as your business is now, I can imagine it wasn't always like that.
No, and it's still a process. So a lot of people don't know this, but I still actually work a full-time job.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, what's your full-time job?
I am a material planner for Land O'Lakes. So I have 3 different plants across the United States, and I bring in bulk ingredients for them to make feed for cattle, horses, chickens, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yes.
So this is not, which a lot of entrepreneurs are like this, not their full-time job to start out. Oh, hello, here I am.
Yes.
Not our full-time jobs to start out, but ends up being a lot of work on those days when your evenings and weekends you're not working. How did it start? What was your idea?
So it actually started with a mum crop. So in 2018, I was talking to a friend that's in the horticulture business, and my ultimate dream, and like, I was like, I want greenhouses. Like, I want a greenhouse operation. And we're sitting there and she just looks at me like, and it was like a light bulb, bam, went off. She goes, Sam, mums. And I'm like, duh. Duh. So anyways, I would like to add this too. We're new to the community. We had just bought our house in Cosby. We are growing 350 mums along the road, like along the hillside. People were like, what?
In a population of
what?
Cosby.
200, if that. Not even that.
More mums than people.
Yeah, definitely more mums than people. Absolutely. Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah. I'd have people come off the highway and just gawk. Like, what is this lady doing? Anyways, so the idea was that I grew those mums, I sold those mums, and I just continued to funnel that money back in. We did 2 seasons of mums. I put up our very, very, very first greenhouse, which a lot of people don't know this either. It lasted 2 weeks, and a windstorm on Memorial Day morning came through and annihilated it. Just crushed it like a pop can. Yes.
So you've had some hard times.
Yes. What entrepreneur hasn't?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. So to where you are now, you guys ended up moving out of Cosby, or do you
No.
rent that space that right there by Avenue City?
Yeah. So we did the business in our backyard where we still live. We did that from 2018 to 2022 was kind of the transition. And then that like where we are now came up for sale. And at that point, we've lived in the area for, I think, like 6 or 7 years. We would drive by it and we'd be like, man, that'd be the perfect spot. It's all level. It's right off the highway. It has more room. I took a very large leap of faith and I said, let's do this. So my husband and I, we bought it. So that's everything is done there. The mums are done there. The spring stuff's done there. The Christmas trees are done there. And then our home is our home now.
Wow. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Avenue City, what made you decide right off the highway?
Honestly, location.
Right off the highway.
Yeah. And another thing, like, if you're not going to live on site to where your greenhouse operation is, you still want to be close because Mother Nature can be the root of all evil in this situation. Yes.
You can love her and hate her.
Yes, 100%, especially in this business. So it could be, February and you're getting an insane amount of snow and wind and your alarm goes off for a temperature problem. Guess what you're doing? You're getting up in the middle of the night to go down there in that snowstorm to figure out what do we need to do. And it has happened. And it'll always probably happen, but yes.
You guys have really diversified too. You said
Yes.
Christmas trees, mums,
Mhm.
let me just say barbecue, random. What? This is a family operation. Explain this to me.
Okay, so it started with mums because that was an easy crop to do without the greenhouses. And then I was able to save enough, put up the greenhouses. Then the Christmas tree kind of thing happened because we used to go get our Christmas tree at Coolcrest when they would come and pop up from Wisconsin. They stopped and we just weren't really we missed the vibe is what I'm going to say. We missed the aspect of Coolcrest. So my husband was just like, can we get into Christmas trees? And I was like, let me try. 2 years. Took me 2 years. And I finally landed a spot in it. And it's been a little bit of a challenge. And there's many stories that go away with that. But the barbecue side of it, my husband owns a fabrication business. He does metal fabrication and he also does like classic car restoration, motor work type of stuff. A friend of his brought him an old water tank and said, I think you should fabricate this into a smoker. So he did. So yesterday we fired it up and we put some ribs on there and we're like, we're going to try this and see what happens.
How did it go?
Amazing.
Really?
It was very good. Yes.
Well, I think one thing that we're missing, not to knock anybody locally, but we don't really have a great barbecue joint. So, on the side of the road in Avenue City, why not?
Now it's only a random,
That's
like
right.
100% random thing.
Yes.
Yeah. We're not like,
just like a picnic. Not
Yes.
the health department does not need to come.
no.
We're not making
It's
money.
not like a restaurant type thing. It was just a random. Now he has talked about if somebody's having an event and wants to smoke stuff, he would rent the smoker because it's built on a trailer. So you could rent it and smoke your own meat.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Huh.
Tell me about these events that you have because I see them on Facebook, but have never attended with all intentions of attending. A lot of us see them. So what are they? What's been your favorite?
I think so far my absolute favorite was a new one that I did this year. We called it Roots, Shoots, and Margaritas. The whole idea of it was to get out of the house from winter and come see what's growing and get inspired for spring. We offered free margaritas for the people attending, and the whole idea was for you to just stroll the greenhouses and just see the beauty of spring approaching. However, when I planned it in the middle of January, I never imagined in a million years that it would be 90 degrees in March. It was very hot. And 90 degrees outside makes it 100, 110 inside a greenhouse.
So you were saying that you really ran out of drinks because it made people real thirsty.
Yeah, we ran out of drinks. We did a plant scavenger hunt. We ran out of those. I thought, 60 people. We'll have 60 people. No, we
Mhm.
had like 250 people.
Wow.
Yes.
So this business that you started, out of a dream,
Mhm.
a wish and a prayer, has really developed and grown. What are your plans for the future?
Whew. My number one, my very first one is I want to hit 10,000 mums. And I'll tell you what, I am this close. I am this close.
10,000?
10,000 mums. Yes.
Who knew?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We are sitting at like 938 or something like that this coming year. Yeah.
Wow. Now, will you sell those mums?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes.
That's big business.
Yes.
That's big mum business.
It's a lot. There's a
But
lot
if
of
you
mums
think
out there.
about it, you know the other gardeners in Andrew County
Mhm.
well. And so there's not a lot of you.
No. We actually, going back to events, we used to host we called it a petal crawl, like a flower petal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to introduce you to the local Andrew County independent growers. And we actually introduced a couple other counties just to give more to it. But I think off the top of my head right now, I can count maybe 4 Andrew County based greenhouse independent growers.
And it's a kind of a community. We were talking about how you
Yes.
know our Huckleberry
Yep.
friend, and you actually did. Is it her wedding?
I did do her wedding. Yes. Yes.
So it's not like you guys don't know each other.
No, we know each other.
Yeah.
And even Small World, her husband so her sister-in-law, I should back up. Her sister-in-law and I coached cheerleading way back when together, and we were friends. And then it was Small World. Small World.
Andrew County for you, what has it meant to make community get rooted in the community? No pun intended. Get rooted in the community. What's that meant to you? And how have you felt? Like welcomed? Controversy? Like what's the deal? How have you felt?
I would say it's like 98% welcome. There's a little controversy and a little,
Yeah. Small town.
Yeah, small town. Like she's not original. She's not.
Mm-hmm.
She's an implant, I should say.
She's the drunk gardener.
I am. I really am. Not really. But I mean, most people have been very welcoming and excited.
Yeah.
But in business, especially when it gets into retail, you're always going to have
crabby customers.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, everybody has a crabby customer. Please don't come back. I love that. I love that. What would people be surprised by as far as running a small business in Andrew County?
I think.
Or being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I would say entrepreneur and just small business in general. The challenges and like how much you have to dedicate to it. Like it's not just, for me, it's not stick a plant in a pot and let it grow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things you have to do, especially when you're small. You have to think, I'm not only the owner, the grower in this aspect, but I'm the marketing part of it. I'm the accountant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you wear multiple hats.
You know what I'm going to ask you about next?
Maybe.
How could we not talk about AI?
Yes.
How has it affected your business and really provided for you more time, it sounds like?
Yes. So I have a love-hate relationship with AI.
Don't we all?
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. So it has definitely helped with like putting it out there, like giving, for instance, chat. Hey, I have this idea. Help me kind of brainstorm on it and think even deeper. However, on the flip side of it, especially as a gardener, there's AI plants that are so fake that frustrate me that I think some people, when I say, hey, that's an AI photo, that's not real, like a blue hosta, like a vibrant blue hosta, that doesn't exist.
Okay, good to know. So when we see these things on TikTok and Instagram and we think, let's get on Etsy and see if we can get a start of a blue hosta.
Mm-hmm.
Not possible.
It's not real. You're gonna get a hosta seed more than likely.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be blue.
But it's not gonna be blue. It's going to be green.
But as far as content goes, like I've noticed, we were talking about how, I'm totally honest here. We've talked about how AI gave me 5 ideas for the podcast, 5 different names. And guess what? One of them was 39 North, 94 West. And I was like, genius. I love it.
Yes.
And it kind of spurs us on to creativity. And you said that Tipsy Tuesday or some of your different events, the margarita event, was something that was born out of AI ideas.
Yep.
So we can't fault it for that, right?
No, we can't fault AI for that. I think it gives people an outlet to creativity that they sometimes don't feel or have the confidence in. AI, it's all based on how you talk to it. The more you talk to it, the more it's going to pick up you and your personality. So that's how Roots shoots some margaritas, because me throwing different ideas at it. Tipsy Tuesday, though, that was 100% before AI. That was me, just random.
All right. We're not giving credit there.
We're not giving credit there.
Where credit is
I will
due.
take that one.
That's right. One thing that I wanted to ask you was, do you feel like you ever struggle with imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that.
That's a good question.
Because more serious gardeners,
yes,
maybe you would compare yourselves to them, even though I think, obviously you're fabulous.
Yes. Yeah. So, first off, I don't know everything. And I don't think anybody in their element, in their field, will ever know everything. There's always room to grow and to learn new things. Or in the gardening world, there's so many different aspects to it that you will find what you're good at and you will find very knowledgeable stuff. However, I am still learning, because there's there's people that ask you questions. If I don't know, I'll 100% be like, I don't know, but I'll find out. I'll research it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you love that part of it.
I do. I do love that part of it. The college, high school student would be like, research? Really? Really? Okay.
I love that. I love that. Sam, is there anything I didn't ask you today that you wish I would have? Or that AI told you that I might ask?
One of them was like my favorite plant.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me.
But it was funny because I asked AI what it thought.
Yes.
Yeah. So my favorite plant is a gazania. And I brought one. It's in one of these pots behind me. But that's a gazania. And so is that right there. They are full sun loving, heat tolerant. They drought tolerant. And they're one of those that I love because they will close at night and go to sleep. That one hasn't woke up.
Precious.
And then they will every morning wake back up. And yeah.
Do you talk to it when it wakes back up?
Well, I'm not always in there whenever it wakes up. But I do, before they bloom, they're one of them that when they're not blooming, nobody pays attention to. And then when they start blooming, that's when people are like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, it's really cool. I love the texture of the leaves. They're vibrant, they're bold, and they're unique.
I love that.
However, AI thought I would be a coleus. And I was like,
you don't know me as well as...
Like, really, a coleus? A coleus?
Okay, what is that anyway?
That's a coleus right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a coleus.
Non-flowering plant.
Yes. Now,
not your personality.
It had a good twist, though. It says that they come in, they come in an array of colors and shades, but it was creative and it's bold, and it can thrive anywhere, and it can especially thrive with shallow roots. And I'm like, okay, all right. Okay. I get what you're putting down here, but really, the coleus, yeah.
We've only known each other for 2 weeks.
Yes.
What kind of flower would you say?
What kind of flower would I tell you?
Yeah.
Really put me on the spot here.
A petunia. She's a petunia.
No, that's too basic.
All right.
This is going to be really cheesy.
Okay.
So geranium. You're like, okay, it's classy.
Oh.
But it's also very, very versatile and up to challenges.
Aww.
Yes.
She's only known me for a couple months. That is so sweet. Thank you. I'm honored because my dad actually, he grows amazing geraniums.
Yes.
Hence you grew me. And he waters them. He gives them a little bit of Miracle Grow,
Mhm.
and they last him the entire season.
Yes.
So when I see those, when I go back to New York, I'm gonna be thinking about you.
Yeah.
I love that. Sam, thank you so much for
You're
being here.
welcome.
I get to meet somebody new every day, and today you're my person. So I appreciate you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Well, that was Sam Taylor, the Cosby Flower Girl, or if you want to call her the Norton Gardener, she'll take it. You are exactly, Sam, the kind of person that this podcast was made for. Thank you so much again for sharing your story and your garden wisdom and the whole Tipsy Tuesday universe with us today. So if you haven't already, go follow Sam on social media. And when it's time to plant something beautiful this season or even in the fall, head to Treasure Gardens in Avenue City. Trust me, you will find a treasure. To everyone listening, thank you for tuning in to the 3994. New episodes drop weekly on Thursdays. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast and find us on YouTube. If this episode made you smile, share it with somebody who needs a little flower energy in their life today. Until next time, this was the 3994. We'll see you then.